Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, welcome back to Bad Beast Barbecue. Hey, we were fortunate enough to be contacted by Matt from a company called Changon BBQ out there in San Antonio, Texas. And he asked us to try his G'rillaQue here on the Weber. This thing here is built pretty solid. I mean, it has some real nice heavy duty wells. It's heavy duty. It's supposed to make the fire on your Weber last for several hours without having to tend to it, which is great for those cooks for like briskets and pork picnics and pork butts and ribs and things of that nature. This G'rillaQue has a large water reservoir where you put water in it and the water helps create a two-zone barrier. So what we're going to do here tonight is we're going to prep our shoulder picnic. We have a pork shoulder picnic here, and it's about 8 pounds. You know, it takes several hours for this to cook to get that 200 degrees and that tender, fall apart pulled pork. So that's what we're going to prep tonight, and then tomorrow morning we're going to get up. We're going to set up the Weber Kettle grill with the G'rillaQue, and we're going to do an actual review on it, and we're going to tell you just how easy this thing made our cook go during the day tomorrow. So as far as this pork shoulder picnic goes, we're going to be doing something a little unique here. Kind of got the inspiration from Phil over at Daddy Cooks. He injected some pork butts with some Bloody Mary mix. So I was like, that's a pretty good idea, but I didn't want to do the Bloody Mary mix. So we're going to inject this pork picnic with some mango mix. This is Daly's cocktail mango mix. And we're going to shoot that entire bottle into this picnic tonight. We're going to wrap him up after we season him, rub him down with some chipotle honey seasoning. We're going to wrap him up, put him in the fridge, let him marinate overnight, and then tomorrow morning we're going to get up, we're going to touch him up with a little bit more rub, and we're going to get our fire going, and we're going to throw him out there on the Weber, and we're going to see just how great this G'rillaQue is. So don't go away. We're going to do some prep work, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. All the prep work is done. We trimmed our pork picnic down. I took most of that hide off of it because I want to try to obtain as much of a bark as I can during the cooking process. So it's full of the mango cocktail mix. You can smell the mango. It smells fantastic. And I think the chipotle rub will complement the mango very nicely. So as you can see, we have it rubbed down here. We're just going to cover it with foil, put it in the fridge for the night, and tomorrow morning we'll get up, let it get close to room temperature while we're setting up the Weber, and we'll go ahead and fire up the G'rillaQue, and we'll see what it's all about. So have a good night's sleep, and we will see you in the morning. Hey, good morning, guys. Okay, it's about 6 o'clock the next morning, and we've taken our pork picnic out of the refrigerator. As you can see, some of the rub has already kind of liquefied onto the surface of the pulled pork. So we're going to put a little bit more rub on the pulled pork and let it sit here and try to get close to room temperature while we go outside and set up the Weber grill with the G'rillaQue, and we'll show you how we set that up in a few minutes. So let me get a sip of coffee to kind of wake up this morning. We're going to dust this down with a little bit more rub, and we'll show you how we set this thing up. So don't go nowhere. Now we're going to show you how we set up the G'rillaQue inside of the Weber. The G'rillaQue sits on top of the bottom grate of the Weber. We got our coals on this side of the Weber, and we can move this back and forth to adjust whatever size you want, what kind of size you want your different zones. We didn't have a pan big enough to fit here to catch the grease dripping, so we put some foil here in order to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to fill the G'rillaQue with some hot water from a kettle we have boiling on the stove right now. That'll help to the coals to get the temperature where you want it internally. And as you can see, the top grate slides right down here, and it catches these tabs here, so the G'rillaQue does not move anywhere during the cooking process. So that's about it. We're going to go ahead and set this bad boy up, get it lit, put some wood chips in here. We're going to get our pork picnic on here and get it started. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys, so We've attached the Maverick to the Weber. The Maverick is currently reading about 260, which is a little bit hotter than I want to run. But of course, when you put this piece of cold meat on the grill, it's going to adjust the heat, and then we'll come back and we'll try to adjust against the target range we're trying to stay within is 225 and 250. Okay, so we may have to adjust the vents on the bottom and the top in order to reach that constant temperature. So we're going to put this on the grill now, and we'll see how much adjustment we have to do in order to get within that target cook range. We'll give the Weber a minute to readjust to the temperature with this large piece of meat on it, and we'll be right back to see how much adjustment we have to do to the temperature. So hang around. Okay, all right guys, so I wanted to give you a quick update. The food has been on the smoker for roughly 3 hours or so, and I've been tweaking the vents back and forth. You know, when you get a new grilling accessory, it takes you a little while to learn how it works, all the ins and outs and things. So I finally got it tweaked in to where I've been holding a constant temperature with the G'rillaQue for the last hour and a half. I finally got it tweaked in to where I'm ranging anywhere between 246 and 251 degrees. So it is holding right in that area where I need it to hold. So I'm not planning on opening the lid at all right now. We're going to give this about 4 to 6 hours to cook because of the 8-pound pork picnic. You know, it takes an hour and a half per pound roughly before the pork picnic is cooked. And of course, we're cooking for a temperature of 196 to 200 degrees. That's our pulling point. Okay, so we may wrap at 160, 165 degrees once it hits that stall. I'm not quite sure yet. I don't want to mess up the bark on the picnic. So we'll look at it when it forms, but we'll check this out in about 4 to 6 hours. So hang tight, don't go nowhere. Okay guys, so we are back now, and the pork picnic has been on the Weber Kettle grill smoking now for almost 6 hours. We had it on, we put it on at 7 o'clock this morning, and it's almost 12 noon now. So almost 6 hours. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna check it. We're gonna check on the G'rillaQue, check on the water level, check on our charcoal, see where we're at, and then we'll let it go ahead and continue to cook. We'll check it to get a quick temperature check, and we'll let it continue to cook. So here we go. Okay, looks like we got plenty of water left in our G'rillaQue. We got a nice bark that's forming on our pork picnic here, and we have plenty of charcoal here. It seems like we've only burned about maybe 1/3 or so of our charcoal. We got plenty left, so we don't want to keep the top off too long to get any kind of temperature spikes. So let's take a quick temperature and see where we're at. Okay, so the pork picnic is at 157 right now. So of course we are shooting for 196, between 196 and 200 degrees. Okay, we're back. And after about 8.5 hours of cooking, the pork picnic has finally reached a temperature of 192 degrees according to the, actually it's 196 degrees according to the Maverick. So we're going to pull it, we're going to wrap it in a blanket, we're going to put it in a cooler and let it rest for about an hour before we pull it. All right, YouTube, this is it. The pork picnic was in the cooler for an hour, wrapped up in foil and blankets and stuff to kind of let it sit. And now we're about to pull it and just see how tender it is. I got to say that the G'rillaQue from Changon BBQ in San Antonio worked perfectly. I mean, it held constant temps for me all day long. This was roughly about an 8 to 10 hour cook. And besides from those times where I messed with the vents to try to adjust it myself, it held temperature perfectly. Had plenty of water in it and had plenty of cold. So it is definitely an outstanding product. So if you really want to check out the G'rillaQue, go to Changon BBQ's website. I'll put the link down in the description box, and get yourself one and try it out for yourself on your Weber. You will not be disappointed. Okay, let's see what we got here. So let's zoom in here right quick. Okay, so we capture all the juices. Oh, got our pork picnic upside down now. All right, see if I can get this out of the way without messing up the wife's counter. All right, so let's see what we got here. This is the fat. I cooked this fat cap down. So let's see if this falls apart. Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh. This falls apart. A lot of that mango injection is still on the inside of the meat, but it just fell apart. Didn't really even need any claws to pull it apart, like Matt said on his G'rillaQue video on YouTube. You can almost pull this apart with spoons. So, but I gotta say that it looks like the G'rillaQue performed magnificently, and we have some perfect pulled pork here. So, see, we even got a nice clean bone. So we'll go ahead and have a quick taste test and see how the mango injection worked out, and then we'll call it a wrap. So let's have a taste test. Let's have a little bit of this and see how it tastes. Okay, wow, I can taste the mango injection from that mango cocktail that we injected into the pork picnic. It has that fruity mango taste to it. It needs another element of salt, so once I pull this completely, I'll add a little Zatarain's or something to it, and a little bit of sauce mixed in with the juices that we got out of the foil pack. But this is definitely a great tasting pork picnic. Very good. I'm very pleased with the results. So, well, there you have it. Pork picnic on your Weber with the G'rillaQue from Changon BBQ out of San Antonio, Texas. Like I said, check out their link, check out their webpage. I'll put it all in the description block. And like we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And where there's fire, then damn it, just might be a barbecue there. But hey, with the G'rillaQue, like their motto says, you can be the god of your own fire. Hey, once again, it's been Bad Beast Barbecue signing off. Have a blessed day.